Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Think Cyber Mentorship Program by myself, Network Wizkid, aka Kelvin. Congratulations for being accepted into this free mentorship program. This presentation is going to focus specifically on more about the Think Cyber Mentorship Program to give you all the information you need to know and help you understand what the program is in more detail. Now, because there are so many different people from different places around the world, I thought the best approach would be to record this session and deliver this session to you guys so that you could watch it in your own time without having to commit to getting on a call, which might be early in the morning for yourselves, depending on where you are in the world, or might be later on in the evening, again, depending on where you are in the world. So I wanted to deliver this so that everybody could, have the comfort of watching this in their own time. So just before getting into the Think Cyber mentorship program and explaining a little bit more about what that program is, I thought it would be beneficial just to really just hit home at what the definition is of a mentor. So you can see there on screen that it's basically a person who gives a younger or less experienced person help and advice over a period of time, especially at work or school. So with this particular mentorship program, obviously we're focusing on trying to give you help and advice which will give you the tools and arm you with the relevant skills and experience so that you can go off and hopefully get a job within the tech industry, or more specifically the cybersecurity industry. So what is the Think Cyber Mentorship Program? So I've devised a couple of points here just to really talking points to speak a little bit more about the Think Cyber mentorship program that I've put together and give you a little bit more information about why I've actually put this together. So let's just go through these points and I'll elaborate on some of these in a little bit more detail. So it's basically a mentorship program that's been designed by myself, and it's to help those that are looking at embarking on a career within cybersecurity or within the tech industry, the ability to really have somebody with more experience to look up to and help guide them along the way when trying to navigate this uncharted water, which it might seem as it is for some of you. So it's a program that I've designed to, really help you find your way in the tech space or in cybersecurity by using volunteers or mentors that have that experience, that industry knowledge already. And because they have that, they then have the tools, or they have the relevant knowledge in order to be able to guide you based on what it is that you want to do. So the Think Cyber program is 12 months long and it's free. So as you probably are aware now, it's totally free. There is no catch there. I am not one of those companies or people that throw in catches that you may have to pay for XYZ or pay me for something. That is not what this program is about. That is not what I am about. I am genuinely interested in helping you realize your goals, get into the tech or cybersecurity industry, and help change your life. That's genuinely all I want to do. The program is 12 months long, and although the program is 12 months long, it's not really designed in a way whereby, we'll be sort of doing it like school, so it won't be a sort of class basis where you'll be expected to turn up every single day or 5 days a week and, have some sort of lesson. It's not going to be like that. Once the mentee has their individual plan or roadmap, however you want to call it, the onus is then going to be on the mentee to work to achieve their goals by following their plans. Those plans are individual, tailored plans based off the information that you've provided to the mentors, and they're going to be designed in a way where they give you essentially a roadmap to go out there and do what you need to do in order to, again, achieve your goals and hopefully get into the industry. And you will be held accountable. You know, part of being a mentor and mentoring people is to hold the mentee accountable so that they actually work towards what it is that they're trying to achieve. So without that accountability, it's very easy to fall off and, you know, really not get anywhere in the process. And we don't really want that. You know, we really want to make progress. We want to see you grow, and we want to see you, again, realize your true potential and change your life, essentially. So as I said, you will be held accountable, and we're going to do that really by looking at incorporating regular check-ins into your individual tailored plans. So we will look at sort of developing a roadmap, and at each sort of checkpoint, that's where we will expect to sort of have that conversation individually with each mentee to see how far you've got in the process, or see what you've learned and the skills that you've developed in a particular time period over that 12 months as well. So it's not going to be, you know, you are going to be held accountable, but you know, if you're not following the plan or doing anything to sort of progress your journey, which is why I'm assuming you're here and you want to be a part of this, then as a mentor, we may decide not to continue providing mentorship to a particular mentee that's not kind of heeding what we've put together for them to succeed. So, you know, for example, this is free. You are receiving free mentorship from industry professionals like myself, and we're willing to volunteer our time to help you, essentially. We're putting a lot of work, and I personally have put a lot of work into putting this together for everybody. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort. And in some instances, and in particular this instance, you know, I've put my own money in to help you succeed. So, you know, the least a mentee can do is show the mentors and, you know, me, that you're committed to improving your current circumstances. And you know, we can give you the tools, but it's up to you as the mentee to use those tools that you need in order to really get to that end goal, you know, what it is that you're trying to achieve. So, you know, there is going to be work that's required from both sides. We're committing to help you as a mentee. So please just take that into consideration and know that if you are on this program, it's not just going to be a program where you can, you know, get the resources and things like that and then just duck out or not show up, or, you know, feedback to us how things are going. It's not going to work like that. You know, you have with the Think Cyber mentorship program, you'll have access to the Network Wizkid Discord community, which I am pretty sure if you are watching this video, then you are now a part of that Discord community, which is great because now you have access to a wealth of resources already, which are readily accessible to you. So make use of the community, make use of the resources, and also please contribute as much as you want to get out of the community as well. Because as I always say to everybody, communities only work when the people that are in the communities work. So if you're just in there to sit back and leech information from everybody else and not contribute anything, whatsoever, then that's not really the people that we want in a community. We want everybody to be sort of providing and speaking and getting involved, sharing their experiences, and also helping everybody else grow. You might already have some knowledge and skills that somebody else is trying to work towards, and could use that useful information from you. You might have had a particular study method that helped you study and actually get a certification, for example, that somebody else, whether that be in the mentorship program or outside in the Discord community as a whole, may need to hear. So please do get involved as well. Don't just sit back and wait for information to come your way. That's not how we like to run this particular community. Now, as a mentee, you will have access to the private Discord channels, which I have created. You'll be able to communicate directly with us as mentors and as well other fellow mentees as well. So again, don't be shy, get involved, introduce yourself, let people know who you are, where you're from, and what you're finding useful maybe about the program, what's maybe not working for you, what you're struggling with, because at the end of the day, others may be quite sufficient with something that you might be struggling with. So feel free to share your journey. Nobody's going to judge you. We're all here to learn. I'm also learning from each and every one of you as well. So the private mentee channels for the mentorship should be used for anything that you want to sort of discuss amongst yourselves as mentees, and anything that you want to discuss directly with the mentors as well. These channels are designed specifically for that purpose as well. So if you do have conversations or things that you want to maybe discuss with a wider Network Wizkid Discord community, then feel free to use the other channels. But the mentorship channels, the private ones, are specifically to be able to reach out to the mentors and also to your fellow mentees as well. So please make use of them. You also have access to a private mentee voice channel. So if you feel like you want to sort of jump into a quick call to maybe discuss topics or subjects with other mentees or with mentors as well, we can also use that channel and also share video in there as well to discuss these things further as well. So do bear that in mind, because you might find that useful as well. Now, you get access to paid resources. So I have actually purchased a couple of resources that I think will be useful for this mentorship program, and more specifically for you and your journeys. I haven't been given any grants or funding or anything like that whatsoever. This is my own money, purely my own money, that I have invested into this just to genuinely help you. And you might be asking, well, why have I done that? And, basically it's because I've been there. I was once a beginner, and I know what it's like trying to navigate and understand which path to take when looking at getting into, the tech industry. Sometimes it's often not clear cut, and to be honest, there's too many disingenuous people out there that are trying to make money from those looking at entering the industry as well. And, often many times, guys like you are looking at ways to get into the industry and fall victim to falling for boot camps that are not quite made up to what they should be, or different mentorship programs. And that's not to say that every program out there apart from this one or the certifications are disingenuous, but there is many out there, and what it does is it creates a false sense of what the actual industry is like, or the people that are, potentially in the industry as well. And sometimes it can actually lead those that are trying to get into the tech industry away from the industry, because, if they're getting scammed or they're not really getting the information that they really need from people that say that they're professionals or experts in the industry, then might just often walk away, or when it does come to trying to actually get a job in the industry, the information that they've been given is not really the right information, and they just end up back at sort of square one, really, or it takes longer for them to get into the industry. So again, I'm genuinely doing this just to help you, because I've been there. I'm now in the industry. My path into the industry was nothing short of, not traditional, how you would typically get into the industry, whether that's through, degrees and certifications. I had a little bit of a roller coaster journey, and one day we'll talk about that a little bit more in detail. But, the point is, I've been there, and I genuinely just want to give back and help change your life. So that's all well and good. You're going to get some access to resources that I hope will help you out as well. You've got access to industry professionals like myself. This is all well and good, but you have to be willing to work. If you're not willing to work, these things are not going to be handed to you on a plate. I'm going to give you everything you need in order to succeed in your respective journey, how you want to, or where you want to end up, your end goal. But you need to do the work. I can give you the tools, but you need to work. So, that's a commitment that I need from you. If I'm going to do this and offer my time, then please do just commit to doing this, because I know what it takes. I'm not going to lie and say that the journey is plain sailing and easy. It's not. So if you think it's going to be a plain sailing journey into the industry, then get that right out of your head, because it's not. And there's a saying, anything worth having needs or requires work. So you're going to have to do the work. But I can guarantee you, once you get into the industry, you will have a sense of fulfillment and hopefully enjoying what you're doing. It is beneficial in the industry, whether you're in it for the money purely, or the benefits that come with it, or whether you just genuinely like and enjoy the role that you're doing. There is benefits to it. So please just stick with it, work hard, and you will get there in the end. Now, while I've just spoke about some of the benefits, I also want to be extremely clear in terms of what the Think Cyber mentorship program is not. And this is because people genuinely just sometimes have different understandings of what mentorship programs are, or what they're expecting out of it. So I just want to be clear from the start, so that you know what you will or should be expecting, and whether it's going to be something for you. So the mentorship program is not a coaching series. Mentoring and coaching are two different things. So coaching is more focused on an individual and giving them the tools and going through maybe training sessions to help somebody understand certain topics and things like that. You're coaching an individual, just like when you're coaching somebody to play football or soccer or whatever sport it may be, you're actually training them. Mentoring is different. We're trying to guide you and give you the tools required for you to do the work to get to where you need to be, because you don't know what you need to do, essentially. Hopefully you understand that. So, there's a difference between coaching and mentoring. So if you're expecting coaching, then this mentorship program is not that. Think Cyber security or Think Cyber is not a free ride. So if you're coming onto this program and expecting it to be a walk in the park or a free ride, then think again, because while the program and resources are free, as I mentioned already, there is an expectation that you are willing to do the work to progress. I want to see everybody win, but as I said, it requires for you to do the work in order to progress. So please do come in with the right intentions, because we need everybody to be or have a level of discipline in order to progress through this and get to where you need to be. Now, the important point on the third bullet point is that, Think Cyber, or this Think Cyber program, is not going to get you a job. Now, you might be thinking, what? Well, why am I here? So listen to what I just said. So the Think Cyber program is not going to get you a job. So you're not going to walk into a company and say, I've done the Think Cyber mentorship program and now I should be able to get a job. It's not that. However, what it is designed to do is equip you with the knowledge and advice that mentees need in order to acquire the skills that you will need to get the respective job that you're going for. So again, a mentorship program, or this mentorship program, is going to give you the knowledge and it's going to provide you with a path that you need to follow, which will allow you to then get the skills required to get the job. So the skills that you actually get from the program by going through the program and your individual plan, that's what's going to help you get the job. So the program's not designed to be purely mentor-led, in that the mentor will not just provide you with everything on a plate. We need input from you too. So for that, we need you to contribute, and when we need or ask you for information, we're doing it because we need to understand you as a person more, and we need to understand your intentions so that we can actually develop these plans and put you on the right path to success. So an example is, we cannot create that individual plan for you if we don't know, or if you don't know, what role you're looking for ultimately, or if you can't explain why you're even here in the first place. Maybe you need to rethink that. So for us to be able to help you, you need to help yourself as well. So be under no illusion that, this program is going to be a program that requires you to do a lot of reading, a lot of maybe watching videos as well, and research to actually understand some of the concepts and things that you're actually going to be going through as well, because you're basically in uncharted territory, and there's going to be a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but again, you stick with it. The end goal is what you should have in sight. Now, lastly, Think Cyber is not an on-demand service. So mentors like myself are giving up our own time for free to put this together to help change lives, your lives. Meanwhile, it's important to recognize that we also have our own lives as well, and commitments. I work full time, I have family to deal with, I have certifications and things that I'm also working with as well and I also have a lot more things going on in my life as well. So, if you're not getting responses straight away after you've maybe reached out to a mentor, please just be patient, because we will get back to you. We will always get back to you. It just might not be when you expect it straight away, because we ultimately have other commitments. Again, this is something free that we're putting together for you. So we need to ensure that we ultimately are focusing on ourselves as well before we can actually deliver or help you guys as well. If we can't help ourselves, then we definitely can't be helping you as well. So please just be patient. So what are some of the requirements, or the requirements, for the Think Cyber Mentorship program? Well, I've really been looking for people that are not yet in cybersecurity or in the tech space at all, because the thought or theory behind the mentorship program is to be able to help somebody that's trying to find their way or get into the industry, but just doesn't have a clue on where to start as well. So you might fit that bill, you might not. You might already have some experience, and that's totally fine. You might have already done a few certifications. You might have zero experience and don't even know the different roles that sort of apply within cybersecurity, for example, and that's totally fine. We can get you to a place where you do understand that and you have a roadmap to progress to potentially roles that would be of interest to you as well. I'm looking for people that are actively seeking a career in cybersecurity. So what's the point going through all of this mentorship program, wasting your time and my time and everybody else's time if you have no interest or any intention to go into the cybersecurity field and get a job ultimately at the end within cybersecurity? So I'm looking for people that are genuinely and ultimately looking at landing their first role within cybersecurity. Again, it's okay if people are transitioning from different careers. You know, maybe you're already in a tech position, maybe you're in a totally unrelated field and transitioning to tech. That's totally fine as well. But what we are looking for is people that are genuinely looking at making that move. Now, I've put the ability to work towards deadlines and that's because, as I said a little bit earlier on, I am going to keep you accountable. The mentors will keep you accountable for the actions that you take against your individual plans. So do bear that in mind. And in order to do that, obviously, you need to be able to work towards deadlines, because there is going to be check-in points where we come back together and we sort of take a look at what you've achieved and what you've done in a certain time frame, so that we can move forward and ultimately get you to the end of your plan and in a position where you're ready to go into work, or ultimately to a position where you at least feel more confident in the field and can continue then along with your journey and then go into the industry by getting a job. So, you know, I'm not saying that at the end of this mentorship program you should be ready for a job. You may not be ready for a job. You know, sometimes people go through 3-year degrees, 4-year degrees, and they're still not ready for a job. And that's absolutely fine. But this mentorship program will hopefully be able to provide you a lot more clarity than what you initially started with, so that you can ultimately get your first position. So whether you get to the end of 12 months and you still don't feel ready, that's totally fine. But hopefully in that time and the plan that we've created, you should have made enough progress and be better off than you was before actually starting this mentorship program as well. So with that, I do ask that participants or mentees have a computer, because obviously we have the Discord channel. There will be pretty much everything going on online, whether that's material I'm sharing with you, whether that's research that you need to do, or whether that's practical labs that you need to put together or go through as well. So I do require that you have a machine with audio and video capabilities so that we can get through this mentorship program. And lastly, the willingness to learn. And I think I've sort of stressed on that point enough already. And you know, the ability to act on the information that we provide with you. One thing that I would point out there is that a lot of these individual plans that we put together are going to focus on trying to achieve certifications, industry recognized certifications. And that's purely because organizations look and often require certifications in order to get certain roles in the tech industry. So a lot of your plans will probably include this, and you know, there is a requirement that you are hopefully able to fund your certifications so that you can hopefully go through the training and get certified, and that will, you know, lead to a better chance of getting a job. There is also free certifications out there depending on the path and where you want to end up. I will see what certification paths are available that are free, but at the same time, just because a certification is free, you may have heard of a certification that's free, it doesn't mean it's going to benefit you. So, you know, I see oftentimes many people coming into the tech industry and they jump on free certifications or free training that has absolutely zero relevance to what it is they actually want to do. So my message here is that in your plans, if you don't see things like that, it could be purely because that's not your ultimate end goal and it's not going to benefit you. It's just actually going to be a waste of time because you're going to go through content that's not relevant and that you're just going to forget anyway. So you may see a mix of free and paid certifications. Nevertheless, everything that is in your plans is going to be worthwhile and recommended and hopefully give you the best chance of getting a job or getting more experience in the tech field as well. So some of the benefits, and I think I've alluded to a lot of these already. So we already spoke about the 12-month mentorship program and how it's going to work, and that it's not going to be sort of like a 5-day classroom-based activities approach. You're going to get that mentoring from industry professionals as well. So you can count on that the information that you're being provided is not just information that's being found on Google. It's going to be information that's come from people that are in the industry already and have that real life experience. One big thing or one big benefit here is accountability. So oftentimes people get started on their journey and kind of get bogged down in all the details, and because something looks a little bit difficult, they don't take that next step and fall off. So this accountability is really beneficial because we're hopefully going to be able to keep you on track and keep you progressing. We've already elaborated on the being able to achieve your goals and advance your career in cybersecurity. You also obviously get access to the Discord channel and can reach out with questions, etc., to either the community, to the mentors as well, whether that be on Discord or via email as well. And the great thing is, you can build your own community. You can get to meet new people like myself. I always like to meet new people. This community is a brilliant community of like-minded individuals, so you can make contacts here, and as you grow you can continue to see how others grow as well, and as a mentor I can see how you grow as well. So it's always nice to be able to be part of a community as well. So those other mentees that you're going through the program with, do reach out to them, get to know them as well, and keep in contact with them, because again, you'll see how one another can grow. So this is going to be the structure of the mentorship program, and I've already touched on the finer details of these, but let's just cover point 1 through to 3, starting from the bottom. So the first step is to complete the profile document, or the mentee profile document. And this is a document that's been designed to try and get a better idea of the mentee and what their aspirations are. Because without this information, we cannot develop a plan to get you where you want to go. So the whole purpose of this document is to understand a little bit more about you and get the detail that we need in order to put together these plans to deliver to you so that you can start to work on them. Once we have that profile of you, what we'll do is we'll create a recommended plan, an individual tailored plan of action with checkpoints. So we've got those regular check-ins with accountability, and those plans, as I say, will be tailored to you and will be a plan, if followed, that should hopefully get you, end up ultimately getting you a job within the industry as well. At the end of the 12-month cycle, we will, have an achievement review. We will have a look at sort of how far you've come to where you are now, and also take a look at sort of forward-looking where you think you're going to go next, whether that's more certifications, whether you ended up actually getting a job as part of, through the while being part of the mentorship program. We'll discuss what you're looking at doing next, because the last thing we want you to do is to finish this program and forget about everything that you've learned. We ultimately want you to get into a role within the industry as well. And that's it. So, I hope you have found this short presentation useful. Again, I just wanted to deliver this to give you more information about the mentorship program, my intentions, and what I expect from the mentees as well. And let you know that it's a very exciting time and a perfect time, especially if you're getting into cybersecurity. It's the perfect time to be doing so now because there's a skill shortage all around the world, and organizations just cannot find the right people to be able to fill roles that they have. So you're in a good space. Stay focused, stay communicating, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you and seeing you all grow and change your lives. Thank you.